Coach, congratulations at first. We've got what we came for, the spot in the World Cup and a head start in the points table as well. How do you sum up today's game, especially against Oman? It was an important game for us.
Yeah, look, to beat Oman convincingly, playing in front of their home crowd and on their home ground was a fantastic effort. We came here with a mission to qualify for the World Cup, but I'm going to stress tonight we can be very happy about going to a World Cup, but we're not done. It'd be nice to win the trophy as well here, which would be a nice springboard into our World Cup.
The template that we set early on from West Indies series was dominate West Indies for first two games. Then we had a blip. When we came here, we didn't have good start with the bat, but we got the results in our favour. How do you summarise the batting performance? The openers have done well, but the middle order not that much.
Yeah, I think if you're sitting at home, every pitch is very flat and very easy to bat on, and you should be getting runs and runs. If you look at every game, the more the game's gone on, the harder it has been to score runs. They've been tricky pitches, everyone's saying we're not batting well. We've won every game. We've got enough runs to get the job done. So, mate, look, people will say one thing. They'll pick out one or two, players who haven't, performed as well as they can. There's reasons for it. But there's a strategy behind those guys playing, to negate the opposition bowlers, which has worked. Players haven't scored big runs, some players. But I think the way that we've been getting off to really good starts, we have a plan, no more than 2 wickets in the power play. We get through that and then we play our game, our running game, and I think we warmed into that as the tournament went on. We're not done. We've got one more game to go, Samoa, and there's still plenty on that one as well.
When we get to big tournaments like this, it counts. The result counts more than the performance. We've got the result, not the way we wanted, but the nervy ends. You said that you didn't want the tag cardiac kids to stay with the team, but that has not happened. How did you approach? How do you see the games against Japan, Kuwait, UAE, and even Qatar?
Yeah, look, we played well enough to win, and that's what these tournaments are about. It's not about looking pretty or making 260 and bowling a team out for 40. That never happens. Tournament play is difficult. These ICC associate tournaments are brutal. I've been involved, took the West Indies to Zimbabwe for a 50-over qualifier, and you lose one game, you probably not qualify. So they're brutal. It's a lot of pressure on players, and these players are still learning. A lot of them are very young. And I think we've done enough to win. And I think everyone at home should be very, very happy that we have completed the victory. We've completed our task of getting into the World Cup. Now the only thing left for us to do is to win this tournament.
So far we've had different match winners in each game, one stepping up, then 3 or 4 following that. Today it was Kushal, Gulshan. It has been throughout the tournament. How do you see this team effort coming up? How happy, collective effort, how happy are you about the collective effort?
Yeah, look, and I'd say I don't praise individuals, I praise the team. It was a real team effort to get to this stage right here, right now. Bertel's been struggling a little bit up until this tournament, but it didn't matter. This was the one that we were wanting to play. This is the one that we were coming for. So it didn't really matter what we did in Australia. It didn't really matter what we did against the West Indies. Coming here was the most important, and he's just gotten better and better. And he showed his class again today. The first game where he got 50 against Kuwait on a very difficult pitch, he showed a lot of maturity and a lot of courage. And went away from his game. So he's evolved a little bit. You mentioned Gulshan. He's been outstanding. People will say he hasn't got a 50. What he's come in, he's changed the momentum of our innings. And that's his job at that lower order, to come in and if it's there to hit sixes. But he scored good runs off not many balls, and his bowling's just come on leaps and bounds. He took 3 wickets again tonight. He's had times where he's taken wickets, he's taken great catches. And that's, I mentioned individuals there, but mate, it's been a real team effort. And not everyone can score the runs, not everyone can take the wickets, So, we have a plan. If we stick to it, we're very good. At times we go away from it, trying to achieve something else, but if we stick to our plan, we're very, very good. Nandan Yadav has been outstanding. He's gotten better and better each game. Som is reliable, but Nandan got better, and once he realised you don't have to bowl in swingers, out swingers, leg cutters, off cutters to play T20 cricket, tonight he just ran in, hit a hard length at good pace, and he got the rewards.
You spoke about Sompal as well. It's not just about the numbers, the impact. And talking about Sompal, he mentors team, the bowlers, the young bowlers differently. And he's going to play third World Cup of his career. He's playing all the World Cups that Nepal has played. Yeah. How do you find him inside the field and off the field in the dressing room?
He's really one of the most professional cricketers I've ever had the pleasure to work with. His work ethic off the field is superb. He's always in the gym. He's the fittest he can be. He looks after himself with his diet. And when he goes to cricket, he just goes and does his job. He's been brilliant. To have that sort of calm, senior player leading the attack. The other guys feed off that, and he's been brilliant.
While planning the game, you can plan about batting, bowling performance, but you never plan about the fielding. And this tournament, Deependra Singh Airi had 5 matches, 5 run out, and all at crucial stages.
Yep.
How do you see something like that in world cricket? You've got experience all over the world.
Yeah, it's not no fluke. These boys can field, and we made a point when I first joined that I want our boys to be the best fielding team in the world, not just associate cricket, but in world cricket. And I think the second game against the West Indies in Sharjah was a real eye-opener for me. I didn't think anyone could field that good, any team. We fielded really well, and then we've come here and we've done it well. Deependra is one of those guys. He's built different to everyone else. He's got a real hunger and a thirst to get the job done, and whether he's got a bat in hand, ball in hand, or in the field, he's been absolutely outstanding. He's a brilliant young man. I enjoy spending time around him. He makes you smile. He's very quiet, doesn't say much, but when he's out in the cricket field, he's all action.
We're into the World Cup now. We're going to play the big boys. Before that World Cup comes, we'll have chance to play some bilaterals as well. How excited are you that we're finally going to get the big games, and these players are going to show it in front of the world?
Yeah, and that's what they want to do. That's their job to keep Nepal cricket climbing the ladder, and this is the first step. I'm very proud of the boys the way they played. I sent a message the other night after that win, and I said, look, I'm just amazed at the courage that they show, backs against the wall time and time again, but they find a way to get it done. We're going to have to be a lot better to play in the World Cup and damage the bigger teams, but there's no reason why we can't get better. And the way that we practice, the way that we think about the game, those bilateral series is a great opportunity for everyone to understand what we're going to be up for. And the first taste was against the Windies a couple of weeks ago. It's awesome to see those guys come out and play the way they did there. So it's exciting.
Finally, you have had experience of World Cup with different teams and of different stature, even with US, even the Test nations. How different it is to play the World Cup with Nepal?
Oh, look, I'm looking forward to it. The number one thing, if we're in India, we're going to be probably the second best team supported behind the Indian team. It's close to home. Conditions are pretty similar. So, look, it's going to be a fantastic opportunity for these guys. As I said before, this is what they want to do. So this is the big stage, and it's not about taking fear into games. It's about really looking forward and enjoying the contest. And if we really enjoy it, don't worry about the opposition. We just worry about us. We're going to be good.
Thank you, Coach, and congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Welcome to Brand House Store, Nepal's #1 branded store.